Welcome to WDAD 97.8 Daddy Home Radio. I'm your host, Justin Jones. With me today is co-host Natalie Moon.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yay.
Special guest Roberto Reed.
Yeah.
Fuck it up, bitch.
And of course, we got Jammin' Jimmy.
Jimmy Selesky.
Jammin' Jimmy.
Live from Lutherville.
Woo!
You guys, I was listening to NPR on the way here, and it's like I'm still there.
Yeah, this is exactly like
National
We're
broadcast.
NPR, and we're better than you.
WDAD.
Have you had your oats this morning?
Well, that's kind of what I'm going for now. I've been listening to a lot of the old episodes, and I've realized that I kind of am sort of scatterbrained. And I think that has to do a lot with my
many-
diabetes and my blood sugar level. So I tried to make sure my blood sugar level was fine,
Dude, thanks.
and then I'm trying to talk a little bit
Appreciate that.
slower and focus on what I want to say and not sound so scatterbrained. Because I feel like a lot of times people listen to the episodes for 3 minutes and then they kind of tune out. And then that's obviously because of my introductions and how poorly they've been done.
Are you kidding how strong of a start we just had?
Well, that's
Nobody's
what,
tuning that out.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make it more professional.
They're going to be like, did I put the radio on? They're going to be hitting their shit all over. Yeah.
Because here at 97.8,
Are you allowed to say that?
whatever. Who gives a
It's
fuck?
just, I guess it's a number. Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that you have a weird face? That radio guy said that to you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So we're allowed to pretend we're on the radio now by
Yeah, who
law of
cares?
transitive property.
Finally.
I'm
Who
Lakshmi
cares?
Singh.
We can say whatever we want. We have a lot of news and exciting stories to get into. Of course, starting out with Roberto Reed's successful
Yeah.
competition win at the Magoobys Jokehouse Comedian of the Year.
It's all thanks to being on this podcast 4 times.
Well, I mean, I have helped you. I mean, I remember early on in your career, you had some joke ideas, and I was like, don't do that. It's not funny.
And I probably did it anyway.
No, the one joke about walking around the house with a big boner. And how you had
What?
you
Yo,
had a
Justin.
gay, how you have a gay roommate.
Oh my god, I want to hear about the big boner. I
was like-
I am post big boner, Roberto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you shouldn't do that joke. I was like, don't. And how you have a gay roommate.
I was
and
gonna have a stage name. My stage name was gonna be Big Boner Berto.
and I was like, don't do that. Like, that's a good character for a podcast, but don't.
Yo, if we invite Big Boner Berto on, I'll call him up. I'll call him up. We can have him on. He'll be a new guy.
I
could
want
be
him
on-
to have DJ Polly D energy.
Because you have a podcast, right, Roberto?
I do, yeah.
So that might work for your show.
It's possible. It's an improv podcast. It's called Welcome to Earth. Here, I'll plug it up top. Yikes.
Do it, yeah.
Hell yeah. No, it's a podcast where we have all sorts of crazy characters on, much like yourself, Justin.
I am a crazy character.
What a guy.
Only when my blood sugar level isn't right.
This is true.
When it's low or it's too much, then I'm really fucking out of my mind. But
Well-
now that I'm leveled, I've also taken my Klonopin and my Effexor. So I'm super focused.
Is that what Klonopin does for you?
It helps, yeah.
Fucking dials me right in.
It does. It makes me feel very leveled and
It's like
Yeah.
it's like in the 1950s when women would take tranquilizers to feel to be their calmed. To have their-
while they were pregnant.
That's just me
yeah,
at
they'd
all
be like,
times.
I need to have my serenity right now, and then they'd fall on the ground.
And then their babies were born with flipper arms and stuff and
Yeah, that's how the X-Men started.
Honestly,
It's
I
true,
smoked weed my entire pregnancy with Ethan, and he is the most chill baby.
well, yeah,
He's
I mean, weed mellows you out.
I'm like, this is it. This is the cure.
The cure
The cure to
to
toddlerism.
children, right? Yeah.
It's a cure to autism
Yeah.
right there. If people smoked more, maybe they wouldn't have autistic kids.
Or you're just more chill about it. You're cool autistic.
Whoa, Justin, this isn't the Joe Rogan experience. We can't just say things.
I mean, you're right. I'm being hypothetical.
But you're
here.
right. No, honestly, I think doctors should know.
That smoking weed may
Yeah.
prevent.
My
Does.
my
Does
OB
prevent.
told me to do it because I was throwing up so much I couldn't keep anything down,
yeah.
and she was like, "Well, you smoked weed before you were pregnant. It's not going to affect you that much. Try to do that and see if it helps with the nausea."
It's not going to affect
Now
you,
I have
but
a
it might
cool
affect your
stoner
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just chill. He's fine.
He's always munching, have munchies and
Oh,
stuff.
dude, yeah, he eats a lot. The only risk is you might have an underweight baby, but he's fucking huge.
Oh, that's fair.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Yo, he's gonna be like 14 years old. He's gonna find weed for the first time. Like a friend's gonna hand him a joint, and then his brain is gonna blast. He's gonna remember being birthed. he's gonna be like, whoa.
That's gonna be such a cool moment for him.
Yeah,
Good for Ethan.
he's gonna Jimmy Neutron like experience 1,000 moments.
Got a blast.
Yeah, shout out to my baby Ethan. Yeah,
I hope he's listening.
I do too. Ethan and Joseph. I named my
Go
son
to bed
Joseph
early.
after Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers because
No
I was
way.
pregnant when the Jonas Brothers got back together.
Aw.
That's
That's a
100%
nice story.
true.
We should get them on the show. And
You
tell
should
them.
tell him. You should tell him he was named after Joseph from the Bible.
Or Marie Antoinette's favorite brother, Joseph.
Ooh.
Or Joe Stalin.
Yeah,
You know what? Potentially.
Or my cousin Joe.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of
His
Joes.
cousin
that's
Joe.
my favorite option actually. Also the same Joe from the Bible.
Yeah. That's my cousin. The guy with the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Or this is kind of an old reference, but what about G.I. Joe?
Oh,
true.
That's a
G.I.
good
That would make
cartoon.
sense because he's so beefy. He's
Yeah.
like almost 2, but he's kind of ripped.
It's too
I'm like,
soon, brother.
That's what I named my small intestine.
What, too soon?
G.I. Joe.
Oh, because it's like a gastral intestine thing?
Yeah, it was.
I get
Thanks, Justin.
it. Don't ever say that joke on stage.
Fuck.
Boo.
Was that going to be in the finals? That was one of your jokes?
It was my only joke actually. It was the only one I was going to
You're
bring
just
up.
gonna do that and
would
then some
not-
jazz hands and then leave.
You guys
Actually,
What would Matt even say?
got it. He would just face palm and.
Yeah, he would just be like, God damn it, Roberto.
I worked very hard for him to maybe I think be rooting for me, so I can't fuck it up.
he's not going to root for you.
No, I don't think so.
You're too pretty.
Well,
He
hey,
wants like a
And
gritty.
we hang out too much.
He wants a gritty, ugly, like road dog type to win.
Want someone with
Don't
an
talk
edge.
about Mert like
An
that.
edge.
I'll shave.
Bert's kind of pretty too. He's got that nice, beautiful hair.
I
he's
could
got that
shave my
accent.
head.
Yeah, but he's a Turk.
Yeah, I know.
True.
I give him a lot of grief about that all the time.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, I want you to come on this show, but you're Turkish and like it's kind of like a Greek thing here.
Yeah, we got
Sorry,
a Greek
dude.
thing going.
Are there Turkish stereotypes? Like what
That they're like murderers.
The Turks fucking, conquered the Ottoman Empire.
that means
fucked
they
with
fucking
Greece.
rock. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
I mean, we won eventually, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean we're just about to be like, oh yeah, come through the studio, bro.
There's like
I'm just
mass,
kidding.
they had, like mass murder and stuff.
I don't
Yo,
actually
you
give
know
a
how
shit.
much mass murder has happened for us to be like, yo, but the Turks did it once too. That's not okay. I'm like, yeah, I've
Yeah.
killed people.
Oh yeah.
Well, you are. Well, I don't. Yeah, I guess the Italians have had a lot of mass murder in their history.
Every
They-
culture's been mass
Well,
murdering.
they tried. The Italians, at least in the recent history, have tried many times to colonize or to kill, and they just fail every time.
Losers.
They've been like they tried to conquer Ethiopia, and Ethiopia kicked their ass.
It's almost a mark
Ooh.
of success. Like
Yeah.
if your culture hasn't mass murdered, you were never really the
Yeah,
shit.
I don't
No,
know.
that's-
My family got here in the 1700s. My mom got me like one of those ancestry things. All of my ancestry is English,
Nice.
and I was like, oh no, my ancestors are English
my God.
people who got
You're a
here in the
colonist as
The
fuck.
1700s.
sun never
Yeah,
sets
no.
on me.
Are you of royal blood?
Kind
Do you have a
of.
royal? Are you
The only
queen?
royal-ish person I was related to is Royal Congressman John Hart.
Oh, John
Who
Hart.
he was a Maryland dude whenever they got over here. I'm actually like the first person in my family to be born outside
Whoa,
of
no.
Maryland in like 300 years.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's fucking weird. It feels like I'm cursed to be here. Or
Well, yeah, I was gonna
something.
say then you came back. So
Yeah, ooh, spooky.
yeah, and
Whoa.
Maryland is the best state.
Yep.
I had a
up
hard time
there.
saying.
Nah,
that.
I don't
know.
think it is the best
I
state
think it's
at all.
it's nice.
Well,
Can we-
Delaware is the first state
Can we do a segment
So
where
that-
we rank all 50 states in order?
in alphabetical order.
Georgia's at the bottom.
Alphabetical order.
Fuck Georgia.
It's like we're not doing new content of like what we think is the best.
We're just listing the states.
Yeah.
We're just doing the song, but backwards. Utah, Wisconsin,
Bad states, by the way.
bad states, both of them.
Both bad states.
What's
Bad.
wrong with Wisconsin? It's kind of nice.
Utah.
What? Why?
Utah's bad because of
Doesn't
all
have-
like the Mormons.
Do you like not
so
drinking?
salty
Isn't
over
alcohol
there.
like illegal in Utah?
But doesn't it have like nice mountains?
yeah, who gives a shit? So does Colorado, and you can drink
That's
and get high.
true. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And there's
I've-
mountains like everywhere.
I just like how Utah is spelled. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know,
That is one saving grace
that
of Utah.
That does bump it up on the list a little bit. You're
and,
right.
and you know they did name themselves after I think a Native American tribe that they mass murdered when we got again more mass murder.
Yeah.
And then they were like, let's give it to them. Let's call us.
There's still
At
left
least
Wyoming
the
in the
English
alphabetical order.
colonies were like, this is
And
this is
Wisconsin.
Queen Mary's land now.
Oh,
like at least they were
damn.
honest about it. They didn't want to
Yeah.
come here and use the native
This
land.
is founded as a Catholic state. Was
Cool.
Damn, I can feel it.
super Catholic.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Super
Catholic energy in the whole
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
So yeah, Magoobys Jokehouse. There
Hell
was
yeah.
a contest.
Oh,
what was
shit.
it? Is it the semifinals, quarterfinals? I
It
forgot
was,
what it was.
the second of 3 semifinals,
that
whatever.
is I don't know how that
It's
works.
whatever
actually.
comes before the finals. It
Yes.
was the round before I got into the top 4 to be in the 12 that are in the finals to win the end of year competition.
And it was
It was a good show.
great show. 4 comedians made it to the finals. We'll get into that in a moment. But it was a great show. I wrote down the order. There was 11 comedians performing.
Oh, yeah.
Damien didn't show up for some reason. Damien Pollard was supposed to be
that's
there.
weird. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Dude's weird. I don't know if you ever met him.
Weird beard.
Very
Yeah, I don't
strange
know.
guy. I've met him before. I did some shows with him back in the day.
Drew?
So we had Byron Brooks,
Mm-hmm,
Alexis Madrid, Liz Savage, Kenny Rooster, Roberto Reed, Jake Charmander, Jordan Blue.
How did Jake do?
He did all right.
Jake did fine. I think he was nervous. He went up right after me, and I think he let that go to his head because I had a good set. And then
Dude,
after
you had a great set, honestly.
I
You
appreciate
fucking
that.
crushed
That was
it.
a lot of fun. I was like, I got into this weird Zen mode, and it just kind of flew by, which was fun.
Yeah, and then your mom and dad were cool too.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
audience.
your parents
My
were there.
parents
I
were
would
there.
have loved to have been there.
I did the bit about my dad, about him like dying while he's sleeping, and I heard him fucking cackling, and there was a moment where like the crowd stopped laughing, but my dad was still cackling, and then a dude in front of me in the audience was like, "Is that him?" like in front of me was like, "Is that your dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my dad." And
was
I got
really
to shout him
good.
out. It was
That's
fun.
amazing.
It was like a genuinely it was an authentic moment. Like it wasn't planned or anything. It was just
Yeah.
so fucking cool how that happened.
Well, and it wasn't like I was like, "Give it up for my parents, you guys. They're here supporting." Like I didn't have to do that because
Nah, it was cool.
I don't know, it's not cool, but
Also, Jordan Blue.
Mm-hmm.
He was the black dude. He's like a bigger black dude.
yeah.
He was funny. Big kid. Big boy.
He was actually he was there because he did there are people that do the monthly competitions at Magooby's that have like never done stand up in their life, but they like
Yep.
look up open mic competition or something like that. And for somehow, let me tell you, this guy won the monthly competition, and I don't want to say anything about the lineup the particular month.
It
But
must have been pretty bad.
he
I said it.
he had a good set.
Well, he was like-
it was his first time. The crowd
Okay.
was very forgiving. They were like, "Oh my god, first time!" And he told 5 minutes of jokes. Like he had,
That's good.
He made them laugh. He had presents or whatever on there. Like he was enjoying himself. And then when we were in the back room during Comic Call, the owner of the club was like, "Well, you guys know that you've been selected here today. Like this isn't the open mic. This is like you were selected because you're in the top comics of like what we chose to be in the finals." And he literally out loud was like, "Whoa, really?" And they were like, do you not think he belongs here? And he was like, "Well, nah, man, but like, okay." And he was like, I don't think he realized the actual stakes of what was going, like who he was surrounded by, but he was invited because he won one of the monthlies. So it
that's
was just kind of
cool.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to weigh like 400 pounds, but he
Yeah.
lost like 100 or
He
something.
talked about that for some of his set.
Oh yeah.
Too bad.
And he also talked about like black people swimming. That was so funny. I like that. He was like, "Have you all seen
Did you
Wakanda?"
say? Oh yeah.
Like, y'all seen Wakanda 2? Man, they got black people swimming.
Yeah.
But he didn't say it like that.
and that
But that's
was
how I
his
heard
joke.
it in my mind.
Yeah, because
That's just how I hear things.
that's
I
just how
don't
you
know.
hear things. Sure.
He's like, "I'm fat and black people swimming. Come on, man."
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it sounded.
But for his second set ever, it was really good.
True. Actually, I don't know if he's done anything since or if he like has gone to an open mic or something. But I know that's how he started.
I also think one of the other comics was like his jujitsu instructor or something. Because he had
Oh,
said,
for real?
He had said at one point something like, I guess Byron Brooks, I guess, does martial arts. I think he made a
That's not
reference.
me.
He made a reference to that, like how that was his like jujitsu instructor.
Oh, Byron.
Brooks.
Oh, is
not
that a thing? I didn't
The
realize.
first maybe but I could have misheard it. You know, I don't know. Whatever. But
Well, I think it's wild. Like he said he did do jujitsu, and then he didn't do any jokes about jujitsu.
yeah, he could have talked about like.
Rude.
Well, I have a great joke about that, so I'm not gonna like do it here. I save it for the stage. But
Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
there's so much you could do with jujitsu, like humor. Like I got some good stuff. Anyway, we have Sean Nelms was on the show. I think I said his last name right. I always
Yeah.
afraid
Nelms, yeah.
that I say it wrong.
I called him Sean Helms for like the first 2 months I knew him.
I called him Jim. So you're winning.
Oh shit!
How did you get there?
I don't know. I think I was like, this guy won't. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's a true thing, but
It might be.
it's funny when I said it, right?
I liked it.
There was a hot New York comic there, Benny.
Yeah, Benny.
Benny the Ringer, I'll call him because he's definitely like a little bit more polished.
He has such good stage presence.
Yeah.
It's and I'll tell a brief story about him because when I met him, he told me how so I think he's been doing stand up for like 4 or 5 years. And I think right before the pandemic or during the pandemic or something, and I might be butchering half the story, but
fine. Doesn't
basically
matter.
the theme will carry across where he was in Mexico City during the pandemic.
Ooh.
And he started throwing a show. He put on like a stand-up show and that he hosted or he did like 10 minutes at either every day of the week. I think it was every day.
God damn.
And so he was doing 10 minutes every single day in Mexico City for a new audience every day.
that only spoke Spanish.
No, they spoke English.
Okay.
Mexico City had enough tourism or whatever.
Oh, good.
That he was speaking English, bombed in front of a Spanish speaking crowd. So right for like 2 years, or however long he was there, he got some like really, really good stage time every single day. Like that, it was just,
It helps.
It was
You could
incredibly
tell.
fortunate. He talked about how he like really developed who he was there, and the man speaks fluent French, so he has done stand up in French, and I think that's the most baller shit you can possibly say.
So cool.
Yo, he must get so much pussy.
Yeah. Anyway, mad respect for Benny too. 'Cause
No, he's
he did a
great.
good
He's
job.
like, I really feel like he not that you can't, but I feel like he could win. Like he's got the look.
Yeah,
he's
I
got
was.
material.
I'll tell you, I was worried about him. I
Yeah.
genuinely was. There was a few on the contest that I was very worried about, and yeah, Benny is one of them.
Yeah, totally. I could see like Andrew being like, "That's a good looking kid.
Yeah,
I need to
he's
have
just
him."
got a nice smile. He's
Yeah,
just like,
he's
I look
tall.
at him. Yeah,
That helps. I think being tall
And
and
he
he
can- if he-
dominate the stage.
yeah, and he can dunk. So,
Well, there you go.
and that's comedy.
He'll be on the Magoobys basketball team.
You say that now, I'm gonna start doing a montage to train.
I want it to be like a Troy Bolton montage though. Like there's got to be singing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that'll work.
Why not? Also, Law was there.
Yeah, lot of good set too.
Law. It was funny because Benny went up and he's like 6'7", and then Law was right after him, and Law's like 5'2".
Well, he started with his joke about witchcraft.
Yeah, which killed. It always kills.
Yeah.
He
you want some weed?
Sure. The sheer amount of smoke in this room is
it's killing me
incredible.
actually.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
There's a lot. It's definitely like getting smoky. It's like a fucking like special effect almost.
Whoops.
when-
I'm just a little smoke machine.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it's
yeah.
like.
I thought it was all the heater, but it isn't.
But it was funny though to me, like how the guy was so tall, and then like this little like short dude comes up.
People know it. I heard when he came out, people in the audience made the same connection. They were like, I saw people giggling, and they're like, he's short.
Yeah, but he had a really good set. He was very funny.
Yeah.
To me, he's always funny. I like his writing.
Yeah.
I wish he liked me more. I feel like he hates my guts.
Yeah. He doesn't like me either. But it's a white people thing.
Is it? All right, I wasn't sure.
No, which is why I can't. Why would I care?
Yeah, whatever. But you're Italian. Italians are not even like white.
Justin, you can't.
No, I'm serious. I thought Italians weren't considered like Caucasian.
Fucking 100 years ago, maybe.
It's changed a lot now.
My dad has said that, like, my dad is almost 100 years ago old, and he has said that at one point we were sitting around the dinner table back at where I grew up, and in our neighborhood we were talking. I think my mom and I were having a conversation about how the neighborhood was like. We were like, it's a white neighborhood. We were like, there's a lot of white people here, because we can count on one hand all the not white people that live around us. And my dad was like, well, we're not white. I was like, what? He was like, we're Italian, you know? And he never even made the conceit, you know how that you always hear it was like, I don't know, my dad, I was expecting my dad to be like, well, when I was like growing up, you know, I was called a wop and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, he didn't even do that. He was just kind of like, he is an immigrant, I get that, but no, he's a white.
I think some Italians also have like a dark complexion, depending on where you're from. Excuse me, in Italy. So I think that had something to do with it too. Like,
well, yeah, you say it's dark. It's like the color of my jacket right
Yeah,
now. It's like a burnt orange.
so I guess just to white people, they see that and they're like, "You're not white. You're auburn or whatever color that was, beige."
Imagine if somebody called you beige, Natalie. If I called you beige right now,
Is that
it's like you're not.
is that the wrong color of your jacket?
Beige makes me think khaki, but I guess it's not.
I think be beige. I'm a little beige.
What is beige?
Whatever. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about race relations and stuff. I'm
Sure,
sorry.
no, that's cool.
my fault. That's my fault for.
I don't know how.
bringing that
Oh
up.
yeah, well that's true. Hey, listen, that was my father. He brought it up long ago, and I was dying to tell that
Daddy,
story.
bad daddy.
Daddy, have we talked about where Daddy Home the name has come from? Have I asked that every single time
I feel like I have a couple of different responses to that.
That's good.
For me, I was going for like a black exploitation sounding title because I had been watching like Dolomite and a bunch of movies like that.
Oh, you've said something like that.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to go with like something like I would hear him say like in one of his movies, like, "Yeah, bitch, daddy home." Also, originally the idea was just for me to talk about like pornography, and I thought that was like a good title for something where we would just talk about porn. And I was gonna try. Have you heard of the website Crack Whore Confessions?
No.
It's a real website. This guy in Tampa Bay, he gets like crack whore. He just fucks them. He gets them high and fucks them. It's a real website. It's disgusting.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
So I was gonna try to do something where like I worked out like a deal with him where like I would promote his product, I would do reviews of his like episodes. That was my dream actually for the podcast.
Not a dream. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, this is gonna be the best podcast ever. I'm gonna just watch episodes of Crack Whore Confessions and talk about it, and then he'll give me money. That was my dream originally. So I thought Daddy Home would be good for that too.
No, that's. I mean, yeah.
Sleazy.
Sure. I honestly, it doesn't like even. It's disguised sleaze.
Yes, exactly. But some people think it's about the movie Daddy Homes or Daddy's Home. Whatever.
Daddy's not Daddy's Home. Yeah, actually.
The one with the guy, the muscular dudes, and then Will Ferrell
Neil
and
deGrasse
Mark
Tyson.
Wahlberg.
yeah. Which sucks. I didn't think about that at the time when I was putting the name together. So
Yeah,
that was,
fuck Mark Wahlberg.
that was stupid on my part. I should have thought of a better name.
Dude, now you that just means you have to climb, and eventually they'll think the movie is about your podcast.
Hell yeah, that's
That's where we're going.
ideally that would be great.
Or you just make your own movie.
Or I get Will Ferrell on the show, and
True.
we can talk about it.
Oh yeah, lean in. Just make it about that movie at least once, and you're like,
I
yo.
think Mark Wahlberg would be down too. He's kind of down for anything, right?
Yeah, he's DTF.
He's like, like I feel like if we were like, hey, you want to come do 15 minutes? He would be like, yeah, all right.
Wait, but like, is Mark Wahlberg doing his stand-up set?
No,
for
he's
his-
just weird.
Just
He's
flexing.
just
He comes
weird.
on and he's like, yeah, you guys, where are we? He just starts looking around. That's my Mark Wahlberg. I don't know.
It has to be
I just
more
know
Boston.
he's just a weird. Oh, I forgot he's got like a.
Yeah, he's
Oh, I don't feel comfortable doing a Mark Wahlberg then. I just thought he was just like an intense white guy, but I forgot he's got Boston in him.
Yeah.
All right, well that's fair.
And then last on the show, one of my favorite comedians, Q Boy.
Q
I
boy.
like
On
Q
the.
Boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
We were talking.
We
about
were still doing the lineup.
Magoobys Jokehouse contest. I like Q Boy. He was going to be a doctor, supposedly. He said,
He was a biology student.
and he dropped out to do comedy.
No, I think he left his job. Did
job.
he drop out?
have
I don't know
no
if he has.
This
his
is what he
degree.
said on
That man's
stage.
an enigma
I don't
to
know.
Oh, that he did that? No, everything you say on stage is true.
Yes, obviously. So according to his set, he had dropped out to do comedy to become more American because he's from like
Lagos, Nigeria, Africa.
might have been something like that.
No, I've heard it's Lagos, Nigeria, Africa.
Legos, Nigeria. Is that even a place?
Yes, it's part of his set. He always says, well,
Hello, I'm from Legos, Nigeria.
yeah, he says, he does, he starts with the American bit, the same as I start with my name bit. Like, it's just a fucking thing to introduce yourself. And so it's, yeah, and he's from Lagos, Nigeria, Africa. Any Africans in the building?
You
Yeah,
guys
well,
have
this is
that. I have Avril Lavigne. I introduced myself as just an avid Avril Lavigne
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
And then I cried a Skater Boy. And it just really sets everything up for what they're about to hear next.
Yeah.
So no one's surprised, but I'm like, yeah, I do a lot of drugs.
Q-Boy has
It
a
makes
great
sense.
look. I like Q-Boy's
he's
his
fly as
look,
shit.
his style. He's very cartoony almost. Like how
Is it just the bigger clothing or what?
the clothing, the
There's something about
there's something about him that makes me feel like he could be like a actor or like a personality on
I'm
a
pretty
show.
sure he does act. I'm pretty he's
Oh.
he's at least been in a thing or two. The
Like Nigerian films or
I feel like in a
Ads or
way all
something, I don't know,
comedians are
anything.
really actors.
work, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
You
deep.
know?
That's deep.
there's a few I could see.
Ew.
Oh wait, are you guys talking about porn?
No, I was saying
Oh.
it was deep that she said comedians are actors. Because I don't know if that was you being
Whoa.
poignant or something, or if you meant but we have to act on stage.
Yeah,
literally.
that we just kind of have to act on stage. You're when you're doing your set, it's kind of an act. You have your lines
it is
to
an
an
act.
extent.
It is an act. Yeah, that's true. It's a large gap. I don't know. I was in a sketch project.
Yeah, sketch, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, I was in a film shoot thing for. I with the Baltimore Improv Group. I was connected with this guy at Micah who was filming a student project with some sketches, and I was in his project yesterday, and y'all, it was a shit show.
I saw your clip of it
You
on
look really
Instagram.
cool in it.
Thanks.
You look like you were in an office setting.
I didn't even plan that. You know how I was like, man, I'm doing a sketch project today, but ain't nobody gonna see this on Instagram because I'm not shallow, so I don't want to I would just be post some shit. But then the another woman was there that I was working with that was also from the Baltimore Improv Group that got connected the same way, and she's been doing some acting. She posted that on her story, and I was like, swipe.
Swipe right, yeah.
I swiped right. Hell yeah, on content creation.
Yo, real quick, talking about, I guess it's swipe right if you like somebody, swipe left if you don't on Tinder. That woman at the show,
Swipe up if you wanna fuck.
yeah, so at the Magoobys contest afterwards, that woman who was flirting with you, she was like, you have the best hair.
No, I don't.
Dude,
was that
she wanted you so bad.
Dude, was that flirting? Was that really? Is that?
I
what that
think
is?
she was, so it was an older, white chick. She was cute.
But
blonde.
she goes. I was talking to I guess it was her cousin or whoever, her brother or something. But she was like, she wasn't complimenting me. She was telling me about how she was talking to her friend about my hair. You know how people will do that where they'll be like, I was talking to my friend about your hair instead of just being like this about your hair. But
It was funny that she didn't once talk about your set.
yes,
She wasn't like, great job tonight. You were awesome. I really enjoyed it. She's like, your hair, it could be something.
it could. Yeah.
She was
It
pretty
uncomfortable.
drunk.
I'm not ready for that.
She was pretty drunk, I think, too. She wasn't
Nice.
all on the level. She was a little out of it.
True.
But I thought it was cute. She was all like, can I kiss your head? Can I rub my
This is
fingers
not
through
how
your
this
hair?
is not how it went at all.
And she started smelling your hair. It was weird.
She
makes
did do that,
sense.
and I smelled hers, but that's just I think that's a primal animal thing.
She's like, come on, what's in with me? I'll drink with you. It was so crazy.
And I said no, thank you. I'm 14.
You were like, no, I have more. I got to go do an open mic at another club to get ready for the finals.
Yeah.
You told her, ha ha ha. You showed that bitch.
All
I
of
guess
this
that was-
happened word for word.
That was hostile. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use the word bitch. I apologize.
Yeah. I said honky.
Yeah,
That's what I
honky
really
your horn when you drive by me.
All right. What's next?
Industry. And then, so anyway, this is kind of a weird story because I really thought she was going to win at some point. Liz Savage did not do comedy. Did you watch her set at all?
Oh, yeah.
It was really bad. No offense to her. It was not funny at all.
happened?
And she told me she did it on purpose. She was trying out new bits.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was like, why? She's like, well, everyone has all these, they already have their 5-minute bits. She's like, I got 15, 20 minutes of material. She's like, I could have done that. She's like, but this is my jokes were more for a road crowd. And this is the only time I would ever really be able to perform in front of what it would be like on the road. I was like, what are you talking about?
I almost understand that, to be honest.
But not when you have a chance to.
But I also I don't want I never want to take that contest too seriously because it's also a contest and comedy is like, that's not like my whole philosophy about comedy is not, it's not like a who's better thing. It's literally like because also nowadays it's not, you're not even competing with other comedians. You're competing against the algorithm to like make anything. So it being in competition is very cool because it's something for the scene in particular, but
it also brings down the energy too a little bit.
And that's,
like,
that's whatever. That
kind of sucks.
But
like,
it's also, it happens at a competition.
I guess for you, it's good because it's someone who's just eliminating themselves.
That's
like, okay, you don't want to win, fine. Then don't do good stuff, whatever. But I do.
I don't care. I don't,
No, whatever. It's her prerogative, and it's cool. I just thought it was a weird choice, but she has her own thing. I also think like she would have been a good like. Not that you wouldn't, because I think you're super talented, and I think you could win this whole thing.
Listen.
But Liz, okay, first of all, she's Mormon. She's Native American. You know, that's pretty like that's a pretty like cool like factor for the club. Like if you have the very first like Mormon Native American comic to win. Think about the people. Think about
making it about that is so frustrating. Why would that matter?
That's what I think of as like a comedy promoter.
When is that rude? Like, yeah, we need some diversity.
I could just see like the marketing aspect of it.
We
Like,
want to appeal to the Mormons.
yeah, they bust in like a bunch of
Mormon Native Americans.
You could bust in like people will come in from like Utah and stuff to watch her perform. It's a niche. It could be a really good niche.
It's such a niche. Let me tell you, that is an incredible niche. Do you even get like Catholic Native Americans?
I don't know. Probably.
That seems like counterintuitive. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like she's a Mormon Native American. Like that's rare.
That's yeah.
So
that's a special type.
Yeah,
we get.
It's awesome. When she was on the show, I had her on the podcast actually. That episode had like some of the most downloads ever because I promoted it as she was on here with Bill Franks, and I was like, I was saying that they were like an improv group called Savage Franks.
What, really?
Yeah, it's a whole episode.
Is that a true thing or
yes? That's what I did.
Tragic.
And then like people like I guess were checking it out because in like the bio and in my tags I was like Latter-day Saints.
Oh my
Mormon,
God.
Utah.
Yo, what the fuck?
Utah improv group.
Just that's like when you
Is
promote.
that catfishing? That feels like.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. Can we talk about what the tags will be for today's episode? Then, like, I want to know what.
Well, we can think of some
Natalie
stuff. I'm sure.
as?
I don't know.
Usually,
Sexy, yeah.
I do. Usually, I put like
right.
attractive.
You know how many clicks that's gonna get, Natalie? you put that on the podcast.
Well, the other thing is
God.
like, honestly, like when Natalie's been on the show, it's like a lot of downloads also. So
Yeah.
There is something to
he
it.
said that when. Yeah, that's funny. We can.
because she's like hilarious and she's got a great look, so it's like, what people wouldn't want to watch that?
Gas me up.
We
I
were
love
saying that.
it.
Was it on the podcast yet? When I was like, people want to be you. Like,
Yeah, with
do.
with my Marlboro Reds.
you
and
know
my
how
Bud
much I
Light.
wish that like if I were, I'm pretty sure I might fall into a coma. Like if I.
I have to go do things after this.
That's true. I didn't even bring my watch. I guess today isn't gonna happen.
It might. You never know.
Time doesn't exist. Whenever I lose my watch, it feels like just everything happens at once.
Oh, I could take out my phone and tell you the time if you really want to know.
No, but then, or what? Are we gonna tell people what time this is happening? I feel
Oh
like that's
yeah.
gonna
Nope.
change.
That's not going to happen. You're right. Sorry, you don't know what time.
That's too
Is
much
it early in
information.
the morning? Is it late at night? Is it early afternoon?
Probably too early to be on my second Bud Light.
Probably. Yes.
Heck yeah. You
So
shotgun. You shotgunned the first. No.
So, Roberto, not to put you on the spot, but what comedians like did you enjoy watching on the show?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, they were all really good. I like Kenny Rooster, not because
Yeah,
her
she
breasts
was
were
great.
showing, but she's actually very funny.
Her fucking opening was so good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Like talking about something like that. She opened it up, and I had to follow her, and I was like,
Dude, you had to follow like 3 female comedians. It was Alexa Madrid, Liz Savage, Kenny Rooster, Roberto Reed. It was so weird.
Yeah, put it like doing anything. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. But it was also random order. It was totally randomized order.
I know, yeah.
And then like
Everyone just picks out of a hat, right? Like picks a number or...
it was a hat or a box or a cup.
Yeah,
or
you
a
just reach
bowl
in and-
I wish it
or
was a hat. I am imagining like a beautiful top hat.
Oh yeah.
That's
Have
what
you
I
ever-
want for this.
It's just weird how that happened, how fate kind of like...
Do either of you own any hats?
No.
Like one hat. You don't
Hey,
Well,
have
I
any
have
hats.
one hat. I have one hat. I have a hat from the Young Rising Suns concert that I
nice.
stole from some dude.
Is that a baseball cap?
It's like a snapback.
Okay, cool.
Hell
cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I have that.
They're pretty
That's
cool.
that's the only hat. Okay.
It's one of your favorite bands, right? On your
Yeah.
Spotify, like.
Yeah, and I'm going to see them in New York. The
Yay!
guitarist invited
Aw.
me to the show.
That's awesome.
And I was like, well, I can't say no to that.
No,
Oh my
that
God.
would be rude and ignorant.
No,
Please?
he's so sweet. I love him.
Although he would think
he
that
puts
maybe
hearts under my Instagram pictures, and
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
I
sweet.
love you.
Oh my god, he's in love with you, Justin.
I-
Can you please ask Natalie to tell any fucking story about like the absolute luck that like just the fate of your relationship with like any bands and any of like the industry?
So like
Yeah.
I went to the All Time Low concerts in Towson. I went to the first night, and I was walking to my car smoking a blunt, and I ran into Alex Gaskarth.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he was like,
He was
talking to
like,
me.
"Can I
He
get
was
a hit of
super cool. But he was like, "Are you coming to any of the other shows?" And I was like, "No, I didn't get any tickets for it." So then like he has this lady come out like 15 minutes later, and she like put my name on a list
Aw.
so that I could like come to the show the next day.
I'm
Like,
so
he's a
jelly.
cool fucking dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a special moment in my life because like All Time Low has been my favorite band forever. So it was just like, yay.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool.
Was he chill then? Like was it like did you talk for long?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. We talked about like how I have like a McLovin tattoo, and he knows Christopher Mintz-Plasse. And he was like, "Dude, yeah, we go bowling with him."
See, I bet
So
that's
it's like-
awesome. If I saw anybody with a tattoo of a friend of mine, I'd be like, yo, I'd gas it up. I'd take a picture.
I feel like we were like instantly connected from that. And then like
Nice.
I told him that like I'd listened to like every single episode of his podcast because like
Wait, what podcast does he have?
he had Crash Test Live and Full Frontal.
Whoa.
He had like a couple years of podcasts with like him and Jack Barricat. And
Oh,
I'm like,
that's cool. Maybe we should like get him on the show on Daddy Home.
would they come? How do we?
Natalie,
How do you
no-
summon
I don't
them?
Knowing, oh yeah,
I don't
that's
think
true.
you. What like who do you contact to get those people?
You like his? Well, you put
Just
a
DM
heart,
them, I guess.
put a heart under one of his pictures.
Yeah, I'll Maxi and Torno.
And then he'll DM you and he'll be like, "What was that about?
he'll be like, "What does this mean?
Is there something you want?
What are we?"
what? Who am I?"
Well, he's not, he's not in a relationship, is he?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm just saying, maybe something's out
Maybe
there.
I'll leave a heart under his comment section. He'll be like,
just-
"What are you?"
You're a loyal fan. That's what you are. That's
I'm
sweet.
just in love.
I'm some guy. That's
So
gonna be my.
back to Magoobys Jokehouse
Oh my God.
contest. Kenny Rooster that's another one that I think could win because she's transgender and like
Is she?
isn't she?
I don't think so.
I think she is
Is she just queer?
maybe gender
That
fluid.
is the most I feel comfortable.
I have
yeah,
no
saying is
idea.
that sure she's queer. I'm
LGBTQ.
sure she'd be
She's
like,
the cutest.
yeah.
She is gay.
But she was
Yeah.
never.
Oh yeah, she's
Sure.
good.
But she's not like
I have
a transsexual.
no.
Okay, I don't know why I thought that. I thought maybe I must have
Is
heard
that
her.
wait? Okay.
I thought so. Like a transsexual is like
Not
you were
a-
born a man and you got
No,
your
that's
wiener cut off.
that's transgender. That's you're saying you said transsexual.
Oh.
No, I don't
So
know.
yeah, she's definitely
But
not
she's-
transgender.
But she's not. She's a woman.
okay, she's all.
But she
woman.
probably I don't know what her like this
Her-
down to the specifics.
They. I think this is they. Like it's not she, he, her. I think it's like she's they. I think she identifies as they.
but it's Kenny. I don't know.
What's a real? It's a thing.
I've never. I don't think I've ever. I've not been corrected. So
I'll get her on the podcast. I'll ask her about it.
hell yeah! Holy fuck, that would be a good episode.
I don't know.
I just
Would
want to
it-
hear her in a room like.
I love her.
I feel like she could talk for hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, which is good. I love
and-
that shit.
Yeah, and oh my god, she like just a great laugh, like such a good conversation.
And she's like filthy too. She talks about like fingering her pussy and like vibrators.
But in
and,
such a creative way. It's
yeah, she's
fun.
like my pussy's like Subway sandwiches. Like I thought that was cool. I think she did that.
That's
am I not
that's not the
misremembering?
punchline. No, I don't listen. That I don't remember anything from a couple
All
days
right.
ago. It takes me like a week or two for my memories to distill and for me to remember what I did 2 weeks ago. and then they disappear again.
I
Don't
can't
ask
wait
me.
for you to remember the John Mulaney show.
Yeah.
I actually do. I was recounting it to a lot of people because it was like actually very good. Like
So hold on, real quick, because this is a good segue. So people won. Roberto was one of the finalists. Okay, so you guys went to see John Mulaney.
yeah.
Now that dude is funny. That guy to
yeah.
me could be working at Magooby's.
Oh my god, so much.
You don't think he
Bigger
could
than
headline?
way
You don't think
bigger.
he could headline
No.
Magooby's? Come on.
Yes, he could. But
I mean, he was at Merriweather Post Pavilion. I'm sure he could do Magooby's.
sure. Well, he would. Like I don't know. It's not up to them.
Yeah, it's
But
more
we,
of a would he.
No, we saw him where at the MGM
MGM
Casino.
Yeah, where you almost didn't get to go.
I didn't realize it was at a casino.
Yeah,
Didn't
we
bring
tried
his
to go
ID.
in through the casino entrance, and they were like, "Nah,"
They're like, nah.
a few
We need-
times.
we
They
need
said
some
no,
ID.
like, a couple
Twice.
times.
Well, I was high. Natalie got me high. I got me high.
We were smoking in the parking
parking
garage.
Yeah, like people do at
And
casinos.
then, yeah,
As people do in
exactly.
parking garages.
Parking garage smoke sesh. That's always.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you did
looked
get to
nice.
go,
I was
which was
wearing a
nice.
sweater, which I don't do often.
They were like, this kid's
was a
trying
nice
to look
sweater, though.
older.
Yeah.
This kid's in high
probably.
school. He's trying to look older to sneak into the casino to go see a comedy show.
Yeah.
And then we found the theater entrance, and then there were actual children there, and we were like,
Oh.
Yeah.
this
Right.
is fine."
But no, we went in the right. We came from the parking garage. The floor we went to was casino. We step out, and then like just right in front of us, they were like letting people in, and it looked like all the people that were going to the show also were going that direction. But obviously, that was their plan. And then we like got denied. We go outside, and we were just standing there talking like in this
By
like
a beautiful fountain.
Yes.
It was very gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
It was good, and it had this like trippy cyber wall going on next
That's
to it. It
nice.
was like reflecting
really,
off
really
it.
pretty.
Contemplating what the hell we were gonna do that night if we couldn't
like,
get
let's
in.
just go get drunk somewhere.
Which was, frankly, I gotta say, dumb because why would we be like, yeah, the theater is in the casino, like it is. Why would they like to get on the casino floor? You have to do that to get into the theater. So
We're just two dumb idiots wandering around.
yeah, well, it's super high, like
Yeah.
and then we just walked back inside. Natalie was like, "Oh, there's a sign that says theater that way," and we were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah.
And then we
just
walked
walked
by
in.
this beautiful steakhouse, and I'm like still thinking about it. I'm like,
We could have gone to that steakhouse.
we should have gone back.
That sounds
Some
good.
steak.
Yeah,
Was it like a Gordon Ramsay steakhouse?
I don't know, maybe.
it was like a casino steakhouse.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was intimidating.
Some of those
honestly.
are super expensive.
It's one of those restaurants where you can't actually see inside of it. Like there
Oh,
are two.
fuck yeah.
It's one big opening that has a wall behind it that like takes
like
up
a
the space of the
secret.
door. Yeah, so you have to go around the wall like a bathroom door. Like, you know,
So that's interesting.
it's a secret steakhouse.
John Mulaney, was he good?
Amazing.
Was he good?
Amazing.
It was very good. His openers were very good too.
Was it
I
Seton Smith?
wish I knew their names.
Yeah, Seton.
Natalie might.
My boy Seton Smith.
Seton
Yeah, right.
Smith and Dan Levy. Yeah, they were amazing. I love Dan Levy.
Yeah.
I love Seton
Hilarious.
Smith. Can I tell you a cool story that makes me
Yeah.
seem really awesome?
Well, we get
Yes.
sued.
So
Go
I
ahead.
saw Seton Smith's first headlining set at Magooby's, like ever.
Yeah.
I saw his first headlining set ever
Nice.
at any comedy club. Oh, please yawn through this. Go ahead. Am I boring you?
Yeah, dude, I'm fucked up right now.
This
So
is a
tired.
good story. You're gonna like it.
Well, get there then.
So he's headlining at the old Magooby's. Even this is before they had the new Magooby's. This is old
Oh,
Magooby's,
right.
and
How many do that seat?
it's like 100.
Okay, shit.
It's underneath the restaurant. It was awful.
Yeah, I believe it.
But Seton Smith was like headlining and crushing, and I was the host of that show.
Oh, shit, Justin.
I
hell
hosted
yeah.
his first headlining set
What
ever.
jokes
so
did you
nice.
do?
I think I talked about catching my roommates having sex, and that I had lived with my mom and dad still.
Nice. Hell,
And I did. It was so long ago. It was a bunch of. I mean, it's pretty much the same jokes I do now, but it was like 15 years ago. So,
Wow, nice. Very cool.
except for the mom catching my parents, my roommates having sex, I don't do that anymore.
You don't do that anymore?
No, and I don't. And I used to have a joke called Rug Life, where it was like, "Oh, I like rap music a lot." And I was like, "How many y'all know how like rappers have tattoos now?" And people are like, like that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, if I was a rapper, I was like, oh, you all know Tupac Shakur's got like Thug Life, and they're like, and I go like, yeah, like I want to get a tattoo like that, but I'm real hairy, so I'll probably just get like Rug Life. Yeah, exactly. So
That's not a good joke.
I don't do that joke anymore.
Okay, fair.
But I could do a Tuesday night at your open mic if you want.
Yeah, it would crush.
I'll pull my shirt up and stuff. And see, oh, hairy.
Rug life? No, see, that's when you pull it up and you actually have the tattoo.
I hope that happens.
Ooh,
I,
it's
I will
might
be there for that.
Shave it in.
Rug
too.
Life.
That's my butt.
Rug Life. It was such a great joke. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, because that's when rappers started having tattoos. Back
Really?
then. That's when like the
They
big
had
tattoo.
tattoos
Surprise.
before that.
Yeah, but not all like Tupac and stuff. Like it wasn't all out there. I feel like a lot of the rappers from the 80s and stuff didn't have like a lot of tattoos like that.
Are you thinking just about like Will Smith?
Baby and Run DMC, they didn't have a lot of tattoos. Biz Markie.
Good boys.
Yeah, right. Well, now.
Now they have them on their face.
Now it's legal.
Yeah, you got to get it on your face, and
I have a
you got to
face.
do like Fetty Wap or whatever.
I have a face tattoo.
I know, I see it,
Yeah. It's of a real big watermelon.
dude. You're fucking high as fuck.
Nah, dude. This is for the people who don't watch a podcast because that's stupid.
Oh yeah, so yeah, don't watch this.
Don't watch this. Just listen
Just
to
listen
it.
to it, and you'll see the huge watermelon. You can imagine a big watermelon tattoo on his face.
A big watermelon tattoo. Yeah, that's true. I do improv. I can describe more things that are on my face.
Do you like doing improv?
Hell yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Dog.
there's some beef between like stand-up comics and
Yeah,
Improv. I don't
they're
know
different-
why.
They're different people. It's just like listen. Obviously, yeah. I'm a night walker. I'm a day walker. Like like
fuck
Blade.
yeah, like Blade. Yeah.
Like, so I go between the worlds. It's
Yeah.
they're two different sports. It's like improv is a team sport, and stand up it's a solo act. It's
like wrestling.
and they're also complete opposites. Stand up, you prepare the entire script beforehand, and
Someone just knock on a door. That was weird as shit. I'm sorry, but yes, you
or
were
a
right.
dog or something. Yeah, like stand up, you prepare everything beforehand. And improv, and let me explain. Improv is not you go out on stage and anything happens. Like it's not. It's
Sort
not,
of like
it's not.
you manipulate it a little bit.
You play games. You do. It's not what you. That's not what I. It's not what you think. Like
Okay.
let me explain in what's it called?
Improv terms.
It's not improv terms. No, in terms you'll understand.
Okay,
haha.
cool. Yeah.
Monty Python. They have the way their sketches worked. It's like, for example, famous one is like this guy goes into a pet store and he's got a dead bird
Yes.
and he's like, I want to deliver this dead bird back to you.
He's like, but the bird is dead.
Exactly. The game, quote unquote game, and this is where it comes improv terms. But like, what is funny about that scene is somebody is a regular place that we all recognize is a pet store. Somebody comes in to deliver to return a bird, which is already a weird thing, but returning a bird that is dead and not treating the situation as normal. Well, trying to have a normal conversation while not conceding the most obvious fucking thing in front of you. That is the game that you play, and you can let it rest by talking about like, oh well, what did it eat, or have you been feeding it well, like that sort of thing. Like treat the thing normal, and then you can play the game again of like, well, I'd still like to return it, and he like, or maybe you convince him how, oh, maybe you don't want to return the bird. It's such a nice bird, and then he's like, well, I still want to return it, but it's fucking dead. How am I gonna take it? That is the funny of a scene like that.
Or remember, like, it's just a flesh wound.
Just
that
a flesh
mo-
wound. Yeah, exactly.
Like that, where he's like cuts his penis off.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm the Dark Knight of not dying. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, that's playing a night. First of all, a goofy night, but not conceding an obvious thing. Like those are very, very simple games, and that's literally what makes up most of sketches. You even watch sketches nowadays on Instagram, and all of the sketches are like usually sometimes group format, but usually it's like you've got the voice of reason and you've got the character. You've got a crazy character, and that's what makes it. You can't play a good scene that's got two voices of reasons or two characters, because then it's just too crazy or too normal. You play them playing off of each other,
Like a straight man and like a funny man.
Yeah,
Or
and
person.
so when
like
you-
Laurel and Hardy.
sure. Literally, and then and there's many different examples of
The
different ways
Smothers
to do
Brothers.
scenes like that and what exists. But so anytime you go out and you're doing improv, there are a billion other things that I haven't mentioned, but obviously you go out on stage.
We got plenty of time
with a pocketbook. I'm not going to. That's so boring. but like this is my explanation of what, like how stand up. You know, they are
how stand up is like intense and like you really gotta like it's on you.
Yeah,
like improv is like and then like that kind of stuff. Like but
you are looking for the same way when you write a story or okay, here I'll do it like this. The same way when you write a set, when you're doing a stand-up set, you set yourselves up for jokes later. Like you have to do a setup and a punch. You are doing that in the moment with improv of like you are, and that's where the team format comes in. Like I set up game movements that in any scene of like, oh, I'll introduce something for them, knowing something about their character, and then they come in. Like, for example, if it were an entirely improvised scene, but the scene with the bird, okay, fuck, you guys don't.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude.
That's fine.
Listening, what?
No, that's fine.
Nah.
I just feel like I don't get to explain improv. You know, you got me.
You got your own podcast. Do it on your podcast.
That's fine.
People listen to this. They don't want to hear about hoity-toity.
Hey, listen,
improv.
Yo, like I stand up for the gang. I'm trying to make my career out of something.
Word. That's why you gotta like do everything.
Yeah,
because you never know like what's gonna work and what's not. You're right. It's dumb to like.
And listen, yo, this is you got me on, and I'm, there's a joint in the room. King,
true.
Yeah, right. I've not been doing it long.
It's like you don't want to eliminate any options. You want to try because you never know what's going to work and what's not. Will Ferrell, that was his approach. Seriously, he was like, I did everything because he was like a sports show commentator for like I don't know if it's ESPN or college.
Was that real?
Yeah, he really was like before he got into comedy. Like he did all kinds of stuff just to like find fame.
Yeah,
and it worked for him.
All the dudes, all the comics from like everything you know from TV, all of them came from improv. Amy Poehler, Steve Carell, Bill
John
Murray,
Belushi,
Jimmy Fallon,
Chris
Evans,
Chevy Chase,
all of them.
Bill Murray, Chris Farley. Did you say that?
Chris Farley. I don't know who that
Chris
is.
Farley.
Shut up. You know Chris Farley.
I know who Chris Farley is.
All right.
He was like, he was huge about improv.
He was like Second City.
Dope.
Like he was an all-star.
See, I do feel the people dropping off the podcast talking about improv. Like it's one of those things that you can't talk or like even care about because it genuinely, it feels like to exist. It's the most draining thing to like create, like in an absolute cringe way. It's like one of the worst things to even talk or do.
Oh, but this is much worse. So while we have a few minutes left, 2022 is coming to an end, as we know. It's almost a new year.
It'll never. I'm gonna just call it 2022 too.
So what I've done is, with help from other people, is come up with a list of the top 100 comedians of 2022. I'd like to go through all 100, if that's possible. You guys?
100? You have 100 names?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Here. Can I do 36 through 78?
I mean, you guys aren't in a rush or anything, right?
No.
I just have to pee.
Okay, well,
there are toilets
how about I'll do
installed
just
in
do
our
a
seats.
few. I'll do a few. And this is obviously, like I said, I've talked to a bunch of people, promoters, bookers, and this is kind of like we'll start with 100. We'll just go backwards. So Lexi Madrid is 100. She is, I think, a bartender at Zissimo's part-time.
Yeah.
Also, she competed in the contest that you were in. She did a great job. Obviously, she didn't advance.
Those rays coming out of that light. Look at that.
But she has a lot of potential from what I've been told. And for 2022...
Are you going to give all 100 a little speech?
Yeah.
Dude.
We got time, right?
Do we? You definitely go with the few minutes we have left. And this is going to take at least half an hour. But we can do it.
All right, so number 99 is 106.7 Chris.
Yeah.
Chris with a K. He's very edgy, Latino comedian. Does a lot of like comedy, cowboy stuff.
I've seen him. No, I've seen him as cowboy. I've seen him as a cholo, which was
Yep.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just remember you coming out and telling me about it and me just dropping everyking to go in and see it. 'Cause I was like, no.
I definitely stepped
Why?
outside and I was like, you guys.
And then we got
see it.
number 98, Damian Pollard. Kind of an unusual guy. He didn't show up for the contest for whatever reason. Number 97, Tony Viagra.
Oh, classic.
classic comedian.
I've not. Do I know Tony Viagra?
He's old. He's like a 70-year-old comedian.
Is
who
he the
does-
dude that wears the cool pants?
and the weird glasses and the funny hat? He does. He
Hell
only does
yeah.
like comedy on the computer now. He was on the Doug
wait.
Stanhope show though.
Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I know. Who you're talking
Podcast.
about. He's like a nerd.
I do not.
No,
know
he's
this
like
one.
Rodney Dangerfield, Andrew Dice Clay,
Okay.
but
Those are big
old.
shoes to fill.
Well, that's what he wants
Wait,
to be.
did you just say Rodney Dangerfield, Andrew Dice Clay, but old?
Yes, but an old version of that.
No, I'm pretty sure they're old.
Wait, yeah, are they
Well,
alive?
Rodney
No.
Dangerfield. It would be
No, he
like
died. He died about
like
a decade
100.
ago.
Oh my god, he's like
Wait.
dead.
Tony Viagra has been banned from a bunch of places because of his humor. It's very like 1980s, like
Here, I need you to look something up.
That
for
makes
me.
sense.
it's very, very dirty material.
How old is Rodney Dangerfield?
He's dead. He died when he's 80, I think.
How old is he? How old is he? He's dead.
He would have been. age at death was 82.
Yeah,
You know, he
Tony
didn't even-
Viagra's kind of an older version
He
of
didn't
that.
become famous until he was like
Come on,
54.
Rodney.
Yeah.
Which is insane. He died in 2004, which was what? That's 18 years ago.
Yikes.
Stop derailing my list.
No, I'm sorry.
Number 96.
He would have been 100 this year.
Aw, poor Rodney.
We should do a special show for him.
Oh,
like like one night at your open mic. Do like do the
Rodney
100
Dangerfield.
And I'm up there just sweating profusely, like a bug-eyed, yelling at the crowd.
Yeah, like how you get no respect. It'd be funny.
I get no fucking respect.
My name's Roberto. I get no respect.
I grease my hair up. Oh, and he
love
was
it.
like orange too. I could do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
It was a bright,
Do it.
bright shade of red.
I'll help you spray
That's very
tan.
funny.
It'll be fun.
Number 96 on the list, Tom Nutty. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him.
Yeah.
He is. He works on the Happy Hamilton podcast, Happy Hour podcast,
Oh, okay.
and the Church of Satire. He had a good year.
Yeah.
2023. A lot of people have said it's going to be his year. Watch out, Magooby's new talent
year of
contest.
T Nutty, hell yeah.
He's good.
What are the basics? This is top of all, like,
Of the whoever like succeeded in 2022, like who's doing good.
dude.
For
we should just
example,
honorary put Rodney Dangerfield on there.
well,
He's
because
one
it's
of
his
us
100th
now.
birthday,
Yeah.
he should have
Yeah.
been number 100.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
He is.
So
It's
number
fucked.
95, George the Cook from Magoobys.
Oh yeah.
Funny dude, Greek comedian,
Nice.
great guy, great beard, but his humor is very like surreal and like unnatural.
He
which is
like
a word.
he plays a character, which is
he's metaphysical.
He's
dude.
like it's like
Yeah.
metaphysical graffiti almost. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Metaphysical, yeah.
beautiful.
yeah.
He paints your mind with his ideas.
And then we have Ian Slayer, who
Ian Salyer?
is that? Oh,
I think it's Salyer.
oops.
If I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
He was
It's
a former Magooby's New Talent Comic of the Year. But he's banned. And they took his picture off the wall
He's
It
banned
was just beef. Yeah.
for what?
just for being a dick,
Yeah,
and
he
being
was
like
being- he was
controversial.
being- yeah, right.
And then they were like, take his fucking picture off the wall. So he's not on the wall anymore. So there's a year that's like missing.
Huh.
And I think Matt Brown like knocked him out one time, which is pretty cool.
He
Hell yeah.
punched him in the gut.
Punched that fucker in the gut.
And it knocked him out.
yeah, he was like, holy
Shit.
Matt's got a good punch.
Dude, he wicked uppercut. With
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
defense, I don't
wicked
know if
right
there was
hook.
any not unconsciousness involved in this gut punch, but
He fucking hit his brain.
Yeah,
it was just a
badass.
punch.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but he had a good year in 2022. You know, he made the list, and he's been doing some shows at Zissimo's. And
This
who
is
knows?
true.
Who knows what 2023 will hold for him?
Can I offer a game to the list?
This
Can
is
I
improv. Go ahead.
Can I just ask? Can I ask who was 45?
I can't say that's for other episodes. I was only going to do.
Oh, you're gonna do this multiple. Oh, you're only doing this.
yeah, I was going to do all 100, but I decided we don't have enough time. We're running out of time.
Are there?
so-
Wait, this is just comedians, or is this Baltimore comedian? Like the area?
well, I want to make it more. It's all comedians.
local, yeah.
It's all, but a lot of it's going to be local because I want local people to listen to see where they are on the
Oh,
list.
true. On the list.
So,
Just
like-
on your list.
Yeah, on the list.
What are you talking about? That list?
It's right here.
I know, but I'm saying
Right here.
What
Right
are the,
here.
What are the basics of this list? Where where you are just making a list?
No, I talk to bookers. I talk to people who run shows. I talk to other comics.
Okay, I see,
it's
I
not
see.
just me sitting here 10 minutes before the show starts.
But I mean, like, do
writing
you
up a
do you
list.
already have the next 90 ready? Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
These?
I do.
Okay, that's insane. Hell
But
yeah.
no, I will say that Nick Mullen's on the list.
Okay.
Stavros Halkias.
Rodney Dangerfield is on there.
No, he's not. We already just
Dude,
talked about that.
he doesn't get any respect.
Exactly.
Damn,
But
poor
yeah,
guy.
there's a lot of people. Who else? What was that girl? Taylor or something that performed at Magooby's?
Taylor Tomlinson?
Yeah,
Yes,
great.
she's on it. I mean, a lot of people that you've heard of, or maybe you haven't heard of.
You got to give it a fancy name. I feel like the list isn't like I'd be
It's
like
fancy enough.
okay. Drop the.
How about the list 2022 top 100?
You got to drop the like that one band. It's just list.
No, it's
Okay,
the
well, maybe not.
is like
I wish The Cure would drop the because it's so silly when you're talking about The Cure.
just be
stuff.
Cure.
Yeah, just be like,
I
I
like-
was
I
listening
was
to Cure. You know,
Actually,
sounds easy.
Roberto, you're on the list, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna drop my spot to Rodney Dangerfield.
Well,
Out to the man. Give it to him.
it's pretty. You're pretty high up
I'm
on
gonna
the list.
I'm gonna dig up.
Spoiler.
I'm gonna dig up his fucking grave.
Kevin Flaherty's on the list. Bill Franks, Matt Hurley. They're all on the list.
Is Dry Bones from Mario Kart?
No, it's comedians.
Dude, I don't know a lot of comedians.
You run a fucking open mic. Yeah, you do. You know everybody. You know Christian, the comedian from Pennsylvania.
But all I have to do is stand on stage and read their name off of a list. I
But
stand
you
there with
don't-
my hand.
Well, that's why I didn't ask your advice for this list. Because obviously,
Yeah, clearly.
you run a show. You don't even know the people. Like,
oh no,
that's hurtful.
I delete everything from my brain. It's all Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, with
facts.
that being said, thanks for listening to WDAD Daddy Home 97.8. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Before we go, anyone wants to plug? All right,
Nope.
great.
I already plugged my podcast. I don't know.
I'm
did
just a
earlier,
lady
right?
Hanging out.
Yeah. Natalie,
Oh.
Natalie, any last words before you drop the?
no,
shit.
no. I'm chilling.
She's
Hanging.
chilling. There you
Yo.
go.
Hanging
I guess
out.
I had been saying go fucking
Bob
iceberg.
Dylan.
That was my saying to stop the show, but I need to come up with something more professional
Whoa.
because people I don't think like that. It didn't test.
I would have
well.
done a whole segment on coming up with a new tagline for you, man. That would have been great.
Well, maybe we'll have to do that on another episode.
We'll do
next time.
episode 5.
we could bring some. We should bring some improvers in.
I'm doing that. I'm trying to bring people on mine tomorrow.
Because
I have to
yours,
book people.
okay. So your podcast, real quick, is improvers coming on and
It's-
improving.
Well, actually, right now it is also. It's just me and my co-host. We basically.
Are you allowed to say the co-host name, or is it like a secret?
Yeah, it's Zach Duncan. I
don't think
it's
I
my
know
brother. He. Yeah, we just play. We interview people on our podcast.
Well, if you ever want, I'm pretty good at improv.
I can drop the whole shtick, and it's like it's us playing characters that we're interviewing. But
Cool.
But yeah, it's just character interviews.
Well, I'm pretty good at improv, so if you need anybody,
If you need
just
anybody-
give me
oh,
a
sure,
call.
Hell yeah, dude.
Give me a DM.
I just need better about actually like booking regularly.
It's hard. You got a lot going on. You're young. You got
Well,
all kinds
it's
of shit going on.
I don't know how to use a calendar.
Right here.
Whoa.
You never figured it
Dude,
out.
I can't fucking
Look at all those
read.
numbers. And
All right. Well, thanks
lines.
for listening to WDAD Daddy Home podcast. That was Roberto Reed. He doesn't know how to use a calendar.